Hi family, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to Rosy Natural. So here is actually a 2 weeks old twist I'm about to take down. I actually made this with rubber bands at the roots, but I took them out before I started filming. As part of my scalp care, I usually spray diluted apple cider vinegar on my scalp for at least 15 minutes before I shampoo my hair. And so I figured I could just spray it on my scalp whilst I took down the twist. That way I didn't need to wait for any extra time after taking down the twist before I shampoo my hair. What I'm using is 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted with 2 tablespoons of water, and even with that I didn't have to use everything. I also have to mention that I applied a bit of oil to my hair to help with the takedown process. So at the beginning of 2022, I mentioned I'll be doing a mini twist in the first quarter, back to back. Actually, I leave a few breaks in between. I do maybe a roll and pin, or just part my hair into 2 and put them in cornrows. And I go back to putting my hair in mini twists. It's been at least a year now since I became intentional about taking care of my own hair, and I've seen a lot of progress in my hair growth and length retention. And so in this video, I also like to share with you some of my tips for length retention. So my first tip here is actually maintaining a clean and healthy scalp. One may ask what that has got to do with length retention, but from my end, it has got everything to do with it. So when my scalp is clean and healthy, my protective styles last longer and I don't have to manipulate my hair so often. Oftentimes when I have to take down my protective style, it means my scalp is itchy and flaky, and I need to do something about it. I probably need to wash it, or I need to massage and oil it, and I'm not able to have good access to my scalp. So usually with my roll, tuck and pin hairstyles, I take them down because I need to massage my scalp, or maybe it's time for a wash. And for my mini twist hairstyles, I take them down especially when it's due for a wash. So clean scalp for me means less manipulation. I have a detailed video on my scalp care routine, and so I'll put it in the description and also link it in the card above. My second tip here is protective or low manipulative styling. I know you've heard this over and over again. Yes, it's very important because this allows the hair to rest at least a couple of days or a few weeks. The protective styles I do include mini twist, which is actually my long-term protective style, and I also do cornrows, roll and pins, and I do them without extensions. And under this topic, I also have to mention that I don't neglect my hair in protective styles. I still try to moisturize them and keep them from drying up extremely. All these styles actually keep my hair stretched for the most part, and it makes detangling easier. On caring for my hair in protective styles, I don't wash my hair whilst in mini twist because it gets tangled and matted up, and it's actually ends up breaking my hair. So when it's time for a wash, I actually take down the twist and give it a good wash. So I keep my protective styles for a maximum of about 3 weeks, and that is on few occasions, but mostly up to 2 weeks. I have a video on how I moisturize my mini twists, and so I'll leave a link in the description and also in the cards above. My next point is gentle detangling, and by this I don't mean taking the whole day to detangle. I use either oil or conditioner to soften the hair and also provide sleep for the strands to reduce breakage. When I'm detangling for restyling, I use a moisturizer, but when I'm detangling for a wash day, I go for either oil or conditioner. So I start with finger detangling, just like you can see in this video, and then during the conditioning stage after my shampooing, I used a comb, a white tooth comb, to bring out the shed hair. And that is the only time, for the most part, I find myself using comb in my hair care routine. Of course, sometimes I part my hair with comb, but what I mean is I don't find myself combing my hair outside of my wash day. And that is a personal preference, it's not a rule. The next point here is protein treatment. So in one of my videos, which I'll link above and also in the description, I mentioned how hydrolyzed protein improved my hair's moisture retention. The right balance of protein and moisture has helped my elasticity, and which in effect has reduced breakage and has helped with length retention. So I usually do protein treatments every 6 to 8 weeks. But what I've come to learn is to watch out for the signs of the hair's need for treatment and to do as needed. When my hair retains moisture for a fewer number of days compared to its usual, which is currently about 4 to 5 days, and I'm able to rule out the fact that there is buildup, then I know my hair may be in need of protein treatment, even if it's earlier than the 6 weeks. And it also depends on what my hair has been through. For instance, I'm doing a back-to-back mini twist in the first quarter of this year. And from the little bit I read, I learned mini twists can actually cause damage to the cuticles. And so I'll have to assess my hair from time to time to see whether or not it needs a protein treatment and do as needed. The next point is trims or dusting off. I do that when necessary. It's been every 3 to 6 months for me, depending on what my hair has been through. And this year, I plan on dusting off my ends a bit more frequently. And by dusting off, I mean doing small cuts just to reduce the single strand knots and also the tangling during manipulation. Next tip is using a satin or silk hair bonnet and or using a satin or silk pillowcase. As for cotton, it's like it sucks the life out of the hair, leaving the hair so dry and tangled by morning, which also leads to more manipulation and breakage because you might have to re-moisturize and restyle just to have your hair back as you want it to. And doing that very often will be over manipulation of the hair. The last tip here, but certainly not the least, is nutrition. This is such a big topic I cannot even cover. But one important message out there is to drink enough water because drinking enough water will hydrate the scalp and hair from the inside. So here are some of the tips that have helped me to retain some length or are still helping me to retain length. There might be more, but I probably haven't yet isolated them or singled them out in my hair care routine. Please share with me in the comments some tips you use for your length retention. If you are new here, my name is Rose. Welcome to Rosie Natural. It's on this channel I share my natural hair journey, which includes hair care, hairstyles, and a few DIYs to help with the journey. If this is something you would want to know more of, then please subscribe and join the family so we go on this journey together. So if you feel your hair is not growing, in the absence of any medical condition, you can try a few tips to see what works for you. And when you find what works for you, try to stick to it. Because it's possible that your hair could be growing, but it's breaking at a faster rate, and so you wouldn't see the length. So I'm all done now, and usually what I'll do is to clean my scalp whilst I still have the twist on, and later lose the twist and then wash my strands. Washing my scalp whilst I have the twist on gives me good access to the scalp, so I'm able to cleanse properly. Here's the amount of shed hair I was able to bring out with my fingers whilst taking down the twists. For my wash, I'll be using the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle shampoo to clarify my hair, and I'll follow that with the TGI and Moisture Rich Sulfate Free shampoo. And for today, I intend to do a protein treatment, and so I'll be using the Green Beauty's Real Protein Treatment, and I'll be mixing that up with the Tea Tree Tingle Conditioner. When that is all done, I'll seal in moisture with my Cantu Coconut Curling Cream. So that's what I used for my wash day. I'll try to film an updated wash day video. This is the amount of shed hair I was able to bring out after I washed my hair. And that is 2 weeks of shed hair. Hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to click the like button, and I'll see you again in my next video.